I'm going to kick it off now. Yeah, hi there, it's Nadir here from the Boxing Clinic show. Here with former Olympic bronze and Golden Gloves champion Nate Jones. How you doing, Nate? You well?
How you doing, brother?
Yeah, good, good. First of all, Nate, I just wanted to ask you about the current fighters that you're training at the moment. I know you've got Yusuf. I know you've got Yusuf Salah. And you've also got Samaya Thomas, who you're training at the moment, two amateur fighters, I understand. Just tell us a little bit about those fighters, and obviously, the current fighters that you're training at the moment, and the future of of those fighters.
Well, they're not the only two that I do train, but I train Mate Thomas, who
Okay.
is currently who was ranked #1 in the nation, #4 in the world as an amateur. I trained Sean Simpson, who is currently with the USA Olympic team. He's an alternate for Rashid Warren. So he's down in training camp in Colorado with the Olympic team right now, and he also is going to London for the Olympic Games. And I trained a young lady by the name of Alicia Gutierrez. She's from Chicago. She's 125. She's going to be something to deal with in the near future. And of course,
Right.
I train Yusuf. And I trained a young fighter by the name of Diego Chavez.
Right.
He's going to be my Mexican Tommy Hearns. He's 15 years old. He's very good, man. Good puncher, good chin, good head movement, everything. So, and I'm also training a young lady by the name of Natisha Sherman. She's from Ohio. She's ranked #1 in the nation.
Great.
At 132 pounds. And she's 6'2" and a half.
6'2" and a half. Right.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that you have the fighter that's going to the Olympics at the moment, and he's obviously going to be in London. At the end of the month, I think he should be here already. What weight division is he? What weight is he? Is he a middleweight or is he a heavyweight that you're training?
No, he's 114.
Oh, he's fighting at 114.
Yes. The
Right.
same way Washington's won alternate. So he came in second place at the Olympic trials against Rashid Warren. And he looked so good that they wanted to keep him in camp to give Rashid good sparring before they go on to the Olympics. If Rashid get hurt or can't make the weight, Sean Simpson will take his place.
Okay, fantastic. Sounds great. I mean, what do you think? I mean, hopefully you can come away with a medal there, like you did yourself back in '96. I mean, what do you think about his future as well? I mean, obviously, is he going to look to turn professional? I mean, hopefully after this Olympics coming up.
Oh, of course, yes. He's a good supporter, turn professional. Once everything's over with after the Olympic Games over with, we're gonna sit back and see how everything is placed, and then we're gonna go from there. But
Great,
yes, we support the standing pro having a professional career after the Olympics.
Okay, great, fantastic. So, I mean, I know obviously a couple of weeks ago there was a bit of a controversial issue with a fight that took place with the Timothy Bradley Manny Pacquiao fight and the judging of that particular fight. I really wanted to get your thoughts first of all on the judging of that particular fight and also the judging. I mean, this is not the first time, obviously, we've seen an issue like this take place. I mean, we've seen it previously happen with a few other fights. I just wanted to get your thoughts on how do you think, obviously, this should be dealt with in the future? I mean, do you think more decisions to start getting overturned, etc.?
I think it should be dealt with because it's getting out of hand.
Right.
A lot of these fighters are losing. A lot of these fighters are giving up everything they got and training hard and coming out with a victory, and they don't get the decision because of politics or for some other reason. They give the other fighter the decision, which is not fair because, I mean, I do believe Pacquiao truly won the fight. He won 12 of, he won 10 of the 12 rounds.
Right.
And it was a very competitive fight, but he won. I mean, I'm just a trainer and a former fighter looking in. I don't know what.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. I mean, do you think as well? I mean, talking about back to the issue with the fight, do you believe obviously the way sometimes people see it is that obviously Bob Arum's biggest fighter at the moment is Manny Pacquiao, and then obviously next to Manny Pacquiao, we've got obviously Timothy Bradley's his next biggest fighter. I would say. Do you think that has a lot to do with obviously what took place? I mean, it's clear that could be one sort of scenario.
Right. I don't know. I mean, but it seems to me that, we praise your answer again in your question.
No, I was just saying, with regards to obviously Pacquiao's going to be retiring soon, and obviously, Bob Arum's next biggest fighter is Timothy Bradley. I mean, a scenario where that could have obviously happened. I mean, there's not obviously no one to point a finger at particularly, but obviously, it's you can smell a rat sort of thing there. You know, what I mean, it's not too difficult to kind of, distinguish what happened there.
Right, because, it seems like Bob and I both fighters.
Right.
So he has something to lose. He makes another payday. He makes another huge pay. Of course, he's going to get paid way more than they both will get paid.
Right.
And then he have another payday with Pacquiao fight Floyd. And I think that'll be Pacquiao last fight. Because I think Pacquiao clearly beat him the first time. I think he clearly beat Brad the second
Absolutely.
time. I think he may have knocked him out the second time. And then we'll put all that steam in the air for Pacquiao and Floyd. It's going to be a huge fight, very interesting, but I think we'll knock him out within 5 or 6 rounds because he made too many mistakes. So, I do believe he was trying to save him in another payday because when he fight Floyd, he will be exposed, and he'll never fight again. He'll stay in politics.
Of course, of course. Yeah, obviously that's touching on that point. Also, regarding the drug testing, I know obviously you were part of the 1996 Olympic team, and you obviously won a bronze medal there. What are your thoughts on obviously the current? I mean, obviously recently we had the issue with Antonio Tarver, which recently came out that he tested positive for steroid use. And obviously with regards to what happened with Berto, and obviously the Lamont Peterson issue as well. What do you think? I mean, obviously, how does this compare, first of all, with your time at the Olympics? You obviously had, it was random drug pressing at the time. How does professional boxing compare with the Olympics?
Well, professional boxing, they do their drug testing a little different than the Olympics. The Olympics do a urine and a blood test. And professional boxing, unless it's Floyd Mayweather, they only do the urine test. And Floyd wants everyone to do the blood and the urine test. I think it has knocked out all the cheating. I'm very surprised what happened with my little teammate Antonio Tarver. It really shocked me that it seems like all the athletes these days need an extra boost to win instead of believing in their natural chrome skills and and really working harder for what they want and see how far they can go with a natural win. I just don't appreciate people bringing this negative stuff to the game. I'm very surprised it would happen to Tarver. I did believe that Berto was using it because I've heard that before. But
Right.
with Tarver, that really just made me feel like, wow, man, come on, Tarver. Really
Yeah, I was a
me.
little bit surprised at that as well, to be honest.
And I just believe that everybody in all sports these days, I mean, great don't have to cheat. If you believe in yourself, you wouldn't cheat.
Absolutely.
If you believe the great, Michael Jordan didn't cheat. Floyd Mayweather don't cheat. Walter Payton didn't cheat. You don't have to cheat if you're great. And if you don't believe in yourself, those who cheat must don't believe in themselves. Because it's ridiculous, man.
So do you think it should be monitored, just obviously like the other sports out there, the major other sports at the moment?
Yes. I think everyone should resort to the drug testing that Floyd is recommending to the game. I think everyone should do that because it'll take all the bullshit out the game.
Yeah. Obviously, touching back on the governing body, obviously I personally feel that the boxing obviously needs to get one governing body with the judges, etc. I mean, so obviously there is one sort of governing body rather than having, one state having a certain set of judges, another state having a certain set of judges, so we don't have the same judges
Right.
rotating all the time. I think that's important as well. What do you think about that?
I think that sounds good. I don't know how they can recommend. Put that together and see how they can make that work. But that sounds good because if you got the top 5 or 6 judges that's going around the country judging all the fights, you know what I mean? Is that what you're saying to me? They should have at
Exactly.
least a couple of sayers. I think that'd be cool. Then you have some people that know the game, that everybody is watching the same judges, and I do believe that could be a good thing. So don't use like the top 6 or the top 8, and just let them work the whole, work the whole, WBC like fights. And I think that'd be good. WBC have their own judges, and they judge and be honest, and they keep them as long as they're honest.
Right.
Like IBF have their own judges as long as they're honest and in their profession and do it correctly. I think that'd be cool to having some of these, because the problem is you have one judge that's 80 and you have one judge that's 39. I mean, they see shit different. They reflex. You know what I mean? So I think that'd be a good idea. So I like that.
Right. Okay. Great. That's really interesting to hear that. I agree with you 100% on that particular point. Also, I mean, let's move on to obviously the future for Mayweather. I mean, we've got a couple of